In this video, we're going to discuss saving your images and which particular file formats you should consider using. And whilst this sounds quite straightforward, it's actually quite important, especially if you want to retain some of the adjustments and layers that you've actually made to your images. So to start out with, if we go to the top navigational menu and click on File, and then go and click on Save As, the first thing you'll notice is there are a series of different options that will actually fall underneath your file directories. Now the first being Format. Now this is a drop-down menu that contains all of the different types of file formats that you can choose from when saving your files. Now there are only a couple that you really want to take note of, predominantly because most of the other ones you'll probably never actually use. The first being Photoshop's native file format, and it's actually called Photoshop, and it gives you a file format with a .psd file extension. The second is the large document format, and this actually gives you a .psb format, and this is the type of format that you're going to use for extremely large file sizes. Third, we have JPEG. Fourth, we have PNG. And fifth, we have TIFF. Now, what are the differences between some of these file types? Well, straight out of the box, Photoshop's native file format, .psd, will actually allow you to save all of the layers that you've added to your image with regards to adjustments and whatnot, so that next time when you actually open up that image again for another editing session, they'll all still be there for you to make further changes to. Whereas a format such as .jpeg won't actually allow you to do this. JPEG will actually flatten your image so there won't be any layers, so that the next time you come to open up that JPEG file, you won't have any of those layers and adjustments that you originally made in the first editing session. So this can be very problematic, especially if it's an image that you haven't finished working on completely and you want to make further changes and you want to actually see the changes that you made in previous sessions. So from that particular point of view of actually wanting to continue the editing process, JPEG files are not the type of format you actually want to choose. Now another drawback to using JPEG as an editing format is it's actually destructive. And by that I mean every time that you open a JPEG file up, make adjustments and then save it again, it's actually recompressing the original file. Now every time that you do that, you end up with a file that's been through several generations, and every generation you're actually losing image quality. And that's something that you really want to avoid if you're currently using JPEGs. So primarily you want to save your images in a Photoshop format. Now PNG stands for Portable Network Graphic, and it's predominantly a web format because it allows you to be able to save transparent images. So a lot of websites these days are made up of multiple PNG files that overlap to make up some pretty amazing designs. Now another example would be a logo that has a background that is completely transparent. So from that perspective, it is an amazing format, and it's a format that we look over in the next video when we actually discuss how to save your images for the web. And finally, we have TIFF, which is very similar to the .psd format, except it provides additional format options and is actually a more universal file format. Now let me demonstrate what I was talking about with regards to layers. Now although you're currently not up to the layers part of this course, I'm just going to show you what I was actually referring to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly add a new layer to this particular image. So if I go to Layer, go to New Adjustment Layer, and I'm going to select Hue and Saturation. I'm going to click OK, and as you can see, now I have another layer on my image. Now you'll also notice in the Adjustments panel here, I can actually make changes to the hue and saturation just by dragging on the sliders. Now that I have that particular layer, I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Save As. I'm going to choose JPEG, and the first thing you'll notice is there is a little warning icon here saying that I'm not able to save layers with this particular format. So if I go and click Save, what you'll notice is you'll have some JPEG options for compression. Now I'm going to save this at a quality of 8. You can choose to save it higher. It does go up to 12, which you can do, or 10 here, but if you grab the slider, you can actually drag it up to 12. You also have some format options. These you really want to keep as baseline standard or baseline optimize. We click OK, then I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go Open, and I'm going to quickly find that JPEG file. There it is. Click Open. And what you'll notice is now there's only one layer, so the image has actually been flattened during the saving process. So you really want to make sure that when editing your photographs that you're saving them as PSDs in order to retain any layer adjustments that you make, so that in future sessions when you come back to actually edit your images again, that you have all those adjustments there for you to go through and see what you've done in the past, and if you want to make any changes to those. In the next video, we're going to take a look at how to actually go about saving your files for the web. If you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course, please share it with your friends. If you want to get even more awesome resources to kick ass with Photoshop, plus you want to get the stuff that I just can't put inside my videos, come on over to thephotographychallenge.com and sign up for email updates. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.